since we do not have any wireless mics going around, you're going to need to project your question, please, when you ask your question. So please project loudly.
I feel like they always do one. So I would say one of the other, I really hope it's real. I don't hear more beats. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just talk about how far this team has come and the expectations at the beginning of the year and your personal expectations for this team.
Yeah, I read a couple of those. There's a couple people in the crowd, I remember. Their predictions for what we got. Man, we defied all expectations. Nobody thought we could do this. Nobody thought we could ever do this, especially not this season. And, man, we did it, and we did it in a very dominant fashion.
Steve?
Man, it's just so cool to have to see my teammates have my back like that, and to see them supporting me and doing all that. Man, that was something. That was such a cool moment, and man, it was so great just to see that and experience that.
On the left, Aaron.
Aiden, you guys talked a lot in the offseason about the changes.
Yep.
What would be compared to you versus cross your mind this is possible?
I really think it was a consistent belief, really from week one. You know, we saw what we were about against Western Michigan, and I knew we had something special off the jump. So, you know, really the whole time I knew we had something special, and you know, just the way we built the team, the foundation, the high energy throughout the whole offseason. I mean that doesn't amount to wins, but you know, it amounts to the culture and the investment of the guys on the team.
On the right, Brad.
For both of you guys, you talked about not having a letdown after the jubilation last week. What did you make of the effort coming back from this, and how were you guys able to prevail and to not have that letdown?
Yeah, we all just refocused. It was really hard after such an emotional win last week. I mean, it was insane. But you know, we had to refocus. It was honestly hard a little bit, you know, personally to get over that, just because it was something that you've been thinking about for years. But you know, as you can see, you know, we got our game plan and we focused on that, and you know, we had a very dominant win today.
Jim, how'd you get them to refocus?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be the same answer, Brad. You know, like, when did you know that this was going to be a special team, or how did you know that they would refocus? And it's the same qualities. And I love this team. There's no team I love more than this team, but it's the same qualities. I think back to the USD team we had in 2005 and 2006, and the Stanford team in 2009 and 2010, and the 49er team 11, 12, and 13. It's just the way they approach it. They give it their best every day. And then you just that simple thing. And nobody ever thinks it's that simple, but it's that simple. There's 1,000 other little things that go into it, but when you're around a group of guys and you watch them making sure that they give it their best, their very best, you know, every single day. And Aiden did lead that. I mean, that was you know, from January, you could see, you know, when he went into the weight coaches and said, you know, I'm coming back, and every time I step into this weight room, make sure you ring me out, get everything out of me. And, you know, you could tell he was hungry, and the weight coaches said, yeah, this can be an all-you-can-eat buffet in here, and he ate it up. And that became contagious, and others followed. But yeah, this is who they are. They give it their very best every day.
In the middle, Chris.
Jim, Iowa's defense seemed pretty aggressive in the first half. Can you just talk about the second half adjustments? There seemed to be some more check with me and reaction to what they were doing.
Yeah, you know, we knew first of all, Donovan Edwards. We had that play that was ready for prime time. It's been ready for prime time for about 7 weeks. First put it in before he hurt his ankle, and then when he came back, started greasing it up again, and knew that one was going to work. We had it planned early. As soon as we got on the left hash after the fourth play, we were going to run that, and he's never missed on that throw. Sometimes he throws it off his right foot. He's always on the move, running when he throws it, and every time it's a dime. And Roman did a great job tracking it down, and you know, that was big. So we hit some big plays. Blake's huge run in the first half, and I don't think Iowa's had a run over against them over 30 yards, you know, all season. So you know, that was big. I mean, they're really great. They're the 9th-ranked defense in the country. And then second half, we went exclusively pretty much to check with me's at the line of scrimmage, and you know, felt like we knew when they were blitzing, what they were doing. You know, great job by Josh Gaddis. Great job by Mike McDonald and the defensive staff. Great job by the offensive staff. Great job by the special teams. How about the block punt? I don't know how Cornelius Johnson was able to. He didn't look like he was near position to block that punt, but somehow he contorted and got his left arm and hand in there to block that punt. But it was, you know, great complimentary football. You know, once again, by the Michigan Wolverines.
All right, Mike.
Jim, you guys came so far in a year, but can you feel the weight, you know, even through that, can you feel the weight of having brought Michigan back to the Big Ten championship after the drought, and to the brink, you know, to the likelihood of playing for the national championship?
Oh yeah, I mean, I could feel it. We all could. And we talked about it last night. I mean, what more? I mean, how much more can we pile into one game? The importance of one game, and it's a lot. Yeah, the championship, chance to go to the playoffs, to walk past the sign we all walk by. You know, those who stay will be champions. You know, to make that valid and that true. You know, for guys to live on really in Schembechler Hall forever. I mean, his picture's going to be up there on the All-American wall. Every guy in the team picture is going to be up there as part of a Big Ten champion. We got a banner in Glick Fieldhouse. You know, it's going to say Big Ten champion, and you know, and also I just knew that they would handle it because they give it their very best every single day, whatever they're doing. And so, you know, when Aiden came to me, and it was Aiden who came to me and wanted to dedicate this game to Tate Myre, you know, yes, let's do that. Let's do that. And that was huge. And then when it was 42 points, and we all looked up there, we're like, describe that, because
My God. God works in mysterious ways, man. You know, it's crazy.
And when you read all the accounts, you know, and talking to Coach Line at Oxford High School, Tate was a warrior, football player, wrestler, best athlete in the school, and you know, the best athlete in the school could have easily made it out of that school and been the first one out, but you just know that he was, while people were running away from that fire, he was running into it, and he's a hero. I'm glad that our players got soul too. You know, they got big hearts, incredible guys led by this young man right here.
Time for a couple more with the guys.
And the other thing too, can I just add one thing?
Absolutely.
On top of being great football players, they're even better people. And I've always felt that I've drawn the long straw here in being able to coach them. They're a joy to coach. They've been raised great by their parents, so I'm not taking any part of that credit. But I mean, there's been zero distractions in Schembechler Hall, off the field, and that's going on, you know, 3 or 4 years now of no off-field incidents. Just you know, just guys that are, you know, of high character, great football players, even better people.
Tate Myre and the Oxford situation. What did it mean to have Tate's family there on the sideline with you guys, at least for the coin toss and for the beginning parts of that game?
It was incredible. I mean, I give Ward, Aiden came to me. I went to Ward, and they put everything together, and we just, how could we honor him? How could we honor his memory? It's a community that needs all of our prayers, every one of them, and we just, we wanted to offer that up. We wanted to offer our prayers to a community that desperately needs it, and offer them up to the one who conquered death, and also honor Tate Myre and his bravery, his courage.
In the middle, Bob.
For both of you guys, you talked about obviously the long road and early on 6 and 6, whatever people didn't. Was there ever a point, Jim, for you and you, Aiden, that you thought this day wouldn't get here? That it seemed so elusive. Did you ever think it wasn't going to get here? This day, winning the championship.
Well, nobody's owed anything. Nobody's entitled to anything. But as I said, when you're around a group of guys that attack everything, where they attack their schoolwork, their practice, and they want to give it their very best, I mean, you got a good feeling it's going to happen. But nobody's owed anything, and they did a tremendous job earning it, and really proud of them.
Yeah, that was obviously one of our goals going into the season, but there's no guarantees in life. There's no guarantees that you're going to win anything. But as we got closer and closer to that Ohio State game, I mean, that was the big test for us, I think. And I think when we beat them, that we knew, we're a really good football team, and we got a really good chance to win this next game because, Ohio State was a very talented team. But, I think just beating Ohio State just I think everybody's mentals for sure, just their minds, we knew we overcame them, and we're moving on to bigger and better things,
And part of the beauty of when you give it your very best, then you're proud of whatever you accomplish. And it's awesome that you accomplished the championship, but that's the beautiful thing about giving it your very best. Whatever you do accomplish, you feel good about.
Cole.
Yeah, Jim, you talk about how enjoyable it is to coach this team. Why? Give us an example of what is enjoyable on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I've given you several already. Great group of guys. They're better, great players, even better people. No distractions. They're great kids, and great young men. I call them my mighty men and women of Michigan football. I mean, that's what they are to me. Why are they enjoyable on a daily basis? Because they always got a smile on their face. They're always looking to get in. They're not looking to get out of stuff. I don't have to talk them into things. Sometimes I got to pull them back, because they've done too much. But those, all those reasons, and their mental is. I mean, I'd argue that their mental health is great because they give it their very best every day. Therefore, they don't have guilt that they didn't give it their very best. They don't have regret that they didn't give it everything they had. And I think a lot of the people that don't give it their very best have guilt about that. They have regret. Not these guys.
Last question for these guys. Right here.
Coach, going back to the 42 points, was that all on your mind heading into that last drive that we get the 42 and all, and does the patch stay the rest of the season?
It was not. It was not until it was actually up there. Until Moody kicked the extra point, and we Man, it hit me when I was came over to talk. Aiden. That's 42 up
I
there.
know, goosebumps.
Yeah.
Does it stay at the patch day for the whole season? For the rest of the season, playoffs?
Sure. Let's
Sure.
do it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right, guys.
All right, thanks a lot.
Use these, we'll bring in a couple of starters. All right, we have running back Blake Corum. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll start center here, Chris.
Like, couple things, you feel like you guys face your case for the number 1 overall seed?
I think so. I mean, 42-3, you tell me. I think so.
And then just talk about what you saw on the long touchdown.
I saw a hole. I saw the corner try to crash down. I hit him with a jump cut. And then it was green grass. And I saw JJ come by me. And I slowed down for him so he get in front of me. I think he took out like 2 people. And then it was over from that, you know. It was a great play by JJ. That was awesome. I ain't never see a quarterback do something like that.
Take our next question in the back.
Like, when you look at where this offense is now as opposed to where it was a year ago, what do you think has been Josh Gaddis' biggest impact on that, and what do you think has been the biggest reason why the offense has changed so much this year?
You know, I think just the commitment from both sources, you know, Coach Gadd and then us believing in him. You know, he committed to the run game early. Well, I think in the interview he said, like, last year he didn't really focus on the run game, but, you know, he's been a tremendous play calling. It's been great.
We also added
good, bro.
Center Andrew Bastardas.
Next question in the back.
Several of the players that are walking back to the locker room are saying 2%. You guys know what that means?
You mean this or you?
So, beginning of the year, the odds, I don't know, whatever it was 2% likely we'd win the Big Ten championship. That was preseason predictions. I don't know how it works out, but, you know, we believe in each other. We believe in ourselves, but, you know, there's always that little external motivation. So, you know, internally motivated, bring each guy along, but sometimes just some of the stuff that's out there, you just take it and ride with it and fuel the fire. So that's what that was from.
Fair question, Bill.
Your coach said that this felt like the beginning. You feel like it's the beginning and that you've kind of set the expectations for future classes and that these guys will live up to what this team has accomplished this year?
I think it's the framework for how a team should be. Relational, giving everything you got for the guy beside you. You know, the expectations for how the season goes is going to be high, but I think the framework, the expectation is more so how the team operates within itself, like the brotherhood, the family, the relationships. And, I mean, we've put on a clinic of that this year with our brotherhood, how we care about each other, how we play for each other. And, you know, obviously goals, like accomplishments, all that outside, I think the framework to accomplish all that is what I just talked about.
Take our question down here to the right.
This is for both of you guys. If you could talk about the chant that you got going for Aiden, touch for Heisman, and specifically what he means to you guys and his team.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think he deserves to be the Heisman Trophy winner. And he's showed out every week, been a game changer. And, you know, not just Saturdays. That guy puts it on the line every day in practice, every day in meetings. More dialed in, more committed, more dedicated than any guy I've ever been around. So, you know, how can you not root for a guy like that, in our opinion, deserves it fully?
You know, I agree. I mean, he should win the Heisman. You know, he comes into the facility every day. He leads by example, and he just gives it everything he has every time he steps on the field, meetings. It doesn't matter what it is, you know. I think he's proved to the world why he should win the Heisman. You know, he's just a tremendous player. Probably going – I think he should get drafted #1. But, you know, it's great having a player like that on our team.
Do you have any more questions? Down here in the front.
Andrew, Coach Harbaugh was just in here describing his message last night, just about everything was at stake today. What do you remember about that message, and how did you guys avoid being affected by the pressure of everything that was at stake?
I think just top-down coaches and players, leadership amongst each other, knowing that we couldn't ride that high from last week and win that game, but let them beat us this game. Everyone was dedicated, fully focused on Iowa, and we had one job to do, and that was to come out here and execute and win this game. And the message last night, all the pressure, like I don't know if it was pressure, it was just this game meant a lot for this program, this team, this family, these fans, everyone that has had hands on this thing. And on top of it, we wanted to play for 42, all those that tragically lost their lives in that community and everything. And it's up to God, man. We scored 42 points tonight, so it's just kind of gave me chills when I noticed that.
Take our next question in the middle.
They seem to really be coming aggressively with their defense in the first half, a lot more check with me in the second half. Talk about the adjustments that you guys made offensively to counter what they were doing.
We came in, coaches talked, had a great plan, and they just said we're gonna go out there, we're gonna see what they're in, we're gonna adjust. And that's what we did. Stay in our stance a little bit longer, stay in that squat. But everyone was dialed in, great communication, and just went out there and knowing that it was 30 minutes to accomplish our dreams, accomplish our goals, and whatever it was going to take. So made good adjustments and executed really well.
Tough first half for Tate. Can you just talk about his second half and his leadership?
Honestly, no one even thought it was a tough first half for Cade. Like, he's just the calm, cool, collected. What are we going to do to win this game? And that was the message all around.
Take our next question from the back.
There's times when coaches put together new staffs or add new assistants, and it doesn't always work out the way they want chemistry-wise. Why has this group worked so well with the guys that Jim put together going into this season?
I think everyone just balled in from the jump. It didn't matter who was coming in. Everyone bought in. Everyone saw a goal. Everyone realized how many people were doubting us. Like you said, 2%. But we believed in each other at the end of the day. And every coach that coach brought in has been tremendous. We play for those coaches. They play for us. And it's been great. I love all those coaches that he's brought in. Coach Hart and just everyone else. Coach McDonald and all those guys.
Any more questions? One more in the middle.
I asked like this. Do you feel like you've stated your case to be the #1 overall seed, Andrew?
Hey, however it shakes down, we're just excited to go out and play more football.
That's right.
We'll take the last one from Dennis.
For both you guys, this is before you got to school, but what went through your mind when you saw who's got it better than us, spring in Paris and Rome and all that stuff? What went through your mind? I'm sure that attracted you maybe, but just talk about what went through your mind when you saw him come in and get the job.
You want to sit down? The thing's heavy. You mean like before we all came here?
Let's take the table then.
Shoot, I've been a Michigan fan since I was little. Always loved this team, loved this program. Always wanted to be a part of it, and just coming in at a time where energy was high like that, where we fully believed that, at some point or another during our legacy, something would happen, something would put Michigan back on top. And I think just every guy that's come in after I've been here, because I'm the old head, apparently, but every guy that's come in here after I got here has just bought into that and done everything they could to make that happen. And gosh darn it, I'm just so excited to have people around me that care, love, and each other, and just put it all on the line for each other. Because that's what it's all about.
We added Cade McNamara and some hardware, so.
No, hold on. Is there an extra seat?
We could get an extra seat. You guys got questions? Chris?
Just talk about the adjustments in the second half. There was a little more check with me going on, and you really seemed to be aggressive in the first half. How you guys adjusted to that?
Yeah, by the end of the first half, they started bringing some more pressure. And a lot of the drop back game, that we had going on was a lot of 5-man protection, and they were bringing one more than we can handle, and they had some success with it. So, we were doing some check with me stuff to make sure that we were in the right play. Obviously, when I'm hot, that's not a good situation. So we did the best we could, and it required the offensive line to be in their stance for a pretty long time. So I know those boys were battling today, and we appreciate them. And we were just able to play Michigan football. I don't think we played our style of football in the first half, and and we knew that, and we regrouped and we had a good second half.
Talk about Schoonmacher and his big catches that set up touchdowns.
Scooney. Yeah. Scooney had a big game. The tight ends had a phenomenal game. That was a huge play. I'm just so happy for these dudes. It's just, I'm so happy to be a part of this team. And, you could choose any guy who played today who contributed to this game, and the tight ends did for sure.
Bob?
Cade, other guys have talked about the 2%, that was your chances to win the Big Ten, and you're going to be 6-6 and whatnot. We haven't really heard that during the season. Was that simmering below the surface, what you guys were motivated by throughout the season?
Well, we didn't find out the exact statistic till this week. But yeah, 2% for the last week. We thought about 2% the last week. And we knew that this team, guys on this team is just, we've gone under some scrutiny. We know that, and we've battled through it. We're just such a great group of guys who just care about each other. And, we've really had the mentality of Michigan versus everybody. Mm-hmm. And, I just don't know what much to say other than I love these dudes, really.
Back, Brad?
Kate, I guess I'll put this one to you. At the beginning of the season, when you guys were running the ball and the O-line play was dominant, defensive line play was dominant, and then it continued consistently, there were questions from a lot of us, a lot of people like, watch you guys do it against non-conference teams. In this era of fast-paced football and 500-yard games, maybe considered a little bit boring. But now that you're here, how do you look on the brand of football that you guys won with, especially in this day and age?
I love the identity that we've created on offense. I think, whether, Coach Harbaugh said whether you travel through the air or on the ground, it doesn't matter, as long as we're scoring touchdowns. And, I just love the physicality of this offense, I think is the greatest attribute.
It's crazy.
And, toughness is something that, that we take to heart, and that we have made our identity that. And I just love the identity that we've created, no matter what the style of football is at this day and age.
In the middle, Michael, could you just describe what it was like to come back from your injury and what that rehab process was like, and along the way, what you thought of Hassan's performances filling in and recovering?
Hassan performed all year, even before I was injured. He was performing, but it just took a lot of hours in the training room with the trainers. A lot of rehab. I was trying to do everything to get back. I'm still not 100% yet, but I'm still going to get back into the training room and rehab until it gets back to 100. But it was tough. Because I want to be out there with the guys. I want to be running behind V, and I want Cade to hand it off to me, or blocking for Cade, making sure I pick up a block. But watching those guys like Hassan and Donovan, come together and perform, I loved it. I always want to see other people be successful, and that's why I think this team is so special, because we all want each other to be successful. We don't care who scores the touchdowns. We don't care who scores who gets the rushing yards or the tackles, whatever it may be. We just want to win, and when you want to win, you don't care.
Back right?
This is for Kate. Coming out of the half, the defense gets that stop. You guys go on that 10-play drive, which kind of fits the personality that you've been talking about. How huge was that at that moment to enforce Michigan football on that football game?
Yeah, I think, a strength of this team is our ability to play complementary football. It just seems like, when we need a stop, the defense makes a stop. When we need a touchdown, we score a touchdown. And I think, as you mentioned, just, the magnitude of that drive, it set the tone for the second half. And, it was just Michigan football playing Michigan football. And that's just, we're obviously, once we get back on track like that, it's a good feeling. And honestly, it's a feeling that we feel that we just can't be stopped. We just need the opportunities. And, I'm just, glad that we were able to make the adjustments. The coaches did a great job of prepping us. And, yeah, it was a big drive for us for sure.
You guys have anything else for them, Angelique?
Tate, I was wondering, Jim was in here talking about how much he loves his team, but do you guys ever sit back and think about what he's gone through this season, taking the pay cut with the contract extension, changing the staff to make this work?
Yeah, I actually one of the first things I thought of after we won was Coach Harbaugh, and I think that happened against Ohio State. That happened here today again. It's just after last season, it was so tough, and not just for us players but for Coach Harbaugh as well. And we know that there's not one person who cares about Michigan more than Coach Harbaugh. And this team, we came together, and we want to win for Coach Harbaugh too. And we're just so happy that we were able to give him that joy, because he deserves it.
Can I also ask you what you think of Donovan Edwards' arm?
Dude drops dimes, and I mean, I was shocked. He hasn't thrown a ball like that in practice, let me tell you, or else I might be second string. But yeah, that was. I mean, he's just an extremely athletic player, and he contributes to the offense in his unique way. And yeah, he's a gamer, I guess, with the arm.
And he can pass.
Yeah, it was a dime.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, caught back there. Lord. Sure, stick.
Taking the base,
I'll
taking
take-
the ball.
I'll take the ball.
What's going on? You need help with anything?
Yeah.
Okay, you need help with anything? Dave, you want me to carry that?
You want to carry it? Yes.
Oh, shit. There's a lot.
Thanks.
Who's going to the bus?
Going to the bus.
Why JJ caught?
Congratulations.